Okay, so thanks for the introduction. I will start sharing my screen. And so I'm Lorenzo Di Ciaccio. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Pedius. And Pedius is me, a small company I founded 7 years ago that enables phone calls for deaf and hard of hearing people. So the idea started from a story that a friend of mine had an accident 7 years ago, and he wasn't able to call an ambulance and a tow truck because he's deaf, like 70 million people in the world. And the issue is that we live in a society where communication is basically the center of our activity, especially now during this lockdown situation. And making phone call, taking part to a meeting like this one is very important. And most of them are really just on audio and video, but for deaf people, it's not easy to lip read during a conference call. And of course, there are a lot of other situations like any public offices, emergency phone calls. So as we have the ramps to the steps for the accessibility in the building to avoid the architectural barrier, we need to think about also the digital barriers that new technology may bring. So as I mentioned, one person every 1,000 is deaf and is very widely diffuse. It's not a huge community for each country, but it's still something that's distributed all over the world. And our solution is basically transforming a chat in a phone call using text-to-speech and voice recognition technologies. So the user type a message and there is a real phone call going on. And during this phone call, all the message is writing are converted to voice, and every sentence pronounced from the person is converted to text by our engine. So we realize that the biggest need is not for the deaf people, is not to call their friends, but to call the companies. So that's why we realize our business model focus on B2B solution. So we sell a free integration, a zero-time integration system for the companies. So every company that has a call center could be accessible using our solution. So we act as a man in the middle for all the call center. And we are partnering with the telcos because this is one picture from the launching event last year in Hong Kong, when we made a partnership with the CSL, that's the local telco provider. And our idea is to provide captioned phone calls not only in the phone calls, but in education, in all the meeting. So brings caption together with the media. And this is like probably a new requirement that is not useful just for deaf people. We are making partnership with a Chinese university in Hong Kong because foreign students are considered kind of deaf in front of the spoken Chinese. Nowadays, we have more than 32,000 users in 14 countries, and we have customers in the bank industry, telcos, insurance, and realties. So we focus on the basic need and for the user and try to engage the company to get a response on that. And another thing that is 5G is also enabling is the remote interpreting, because most of the video are like the one we are using now are more for quality of a picture because people are more interested to see the details of the face, not the motion. While if you use sign language, motion is most important aspect. So having a high resolution camera is not the best. It's better having a high frame rate. So having a large bandwidth will enable a better quality for interpreting and all those live events. And what we have done is an alternative, an integration with a remote interpreting. It's kind of Uber for sign language interpreter, that we can ask, every user can ask the interpreter in any situation. For live, maybe I'm to my doctor and I need help translating what he's saying. And that is the project we are now launching with some of our customers like BNL and Telecom Italia and Enel, the Italian company. So basically, there is the two ways to make a phone call, and we can simultaneously add the video, the picture-in-picture in the video using the interpreter, and this will, of course, require a better control in the connection. It's very weird that in this situation with a lot of people is working remotely, still there are a lot of struggle to have a fluid connection. So that is important to have a better network behind it. And that is all of that I mentioned was possible to a team that now is working, of course, remotely, partially in office and partially from different countries. And this is one of the group picture we were able to take it last year. So thanks for your attention. And if you have any question, and of course, I'm really curious to follow the evolution of the network and to think about what we can do with the new tools that the infrastructure are evolving. And this is definitely important for the communication. Thank you.